Hi, this is Emily from Green Home Loans coming at you on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Man, we are in season for home loans. What do we have going on? Well, rates are starting to trickle down. Well, what does that mean for you? As a broker, as a realtor, we can utilize our book of business, past book of business, look for anybody who we originated back in 2022, possibly even 2023, when those rates were much higher, see what we could help them out with, how we can consolidate debt. Auto loans are at a high, credit card loans or credit card interest is at a high. So we can definitely help those folks out with getting those numbers down for them monthly, help them save some money. What better way to kind of segue into that would be it's the holiday season. You need extra money to be able to make those holidays special for everybody, whether you're traveling or you're going to have guests at home. You definitely, a little bit more cash flow could be key. So that's a great way to segue some of our older clients that we haven't spoken to in a while, and get them engaged. See if we can run some numbers for them, do an amortization schedule, see how we can help them out. Another great tool that we have in our back pocket that I'm going to be utilizing here this week would be the ARM tool. All right, fixed rates are not always the best route. In fact, your really financially savvy people tend to look at an ARM as well as a fixed rate and look at that amortization schedule to see if possibly one would be better than the other. So don't rule it out. ARMs are right now, overall at a good spot to be able to look at them, see if it makes sense for the client. And then an easy way, I always said, to explain that, keep it in layman's terms, okay? It's going to be a fixed rate for 5, 7, 10 years. After that, you still might be sitting in a great spot, but we can always look at it together and compare it to where the market is and see if we can put you in a better spot at that point. But overall, client, your savings is going to be X amount of dollars per year. Over the life of that 5 to 7 years, it's going to be X amount of dollars in savings. So a great way to utilize that lower rate right now, while rates are still in those sixes. We're currently at about 6 3/8 right now. So the market is still trickling down. Don't let that deter you or your clients talking about waiting until rates come down. Remember, waiting isn't always the best option. You definitely want to look at where you're at today and what we could help you out today prior to those holidays hitting. Nothing's ever set in stone. We could come in tomorrow and rates could be higher. So we just do not know what the market will do. Some other great news is, again, do we have any relief on the government shutdown? Possibly, but has it really affected your business? No, it's affecting those folks that are out with no paycheck right now. So keep them in your thoughts as well, because there are some folks that are definitely struggling. Some other utilization tools that you can do that I heard in a meeting today would be when you're sending out emails. If you haven't used Chat GPT, if you're not into this AI type of technique, if you haven't folded that into your business or figured out how to fold that into your business, I highly recommend that you do. AI is going to be a part of the future, and utilizing that to make your business better, why not? Why wouldn't we do that? So an important tool that somebody was utilizing that for was in the subject line of your emails. How can I get people to open up that email? Well, ChatGPT could help you with that. What's the best way to put this subject line together to be able to get more folks opening my email? Another great tool you can utilize is what we're doing right now, video. If you're shy and you're like, Emily, I don't want to put myself out in video, hey, you got to get uncomfortable to help yourself grow. Get a little uncomfortable. It's okay. Video is key. Whenever you're putting up an email, definitely want to have a video in there if you can. You want to have a social media presence. I know that some of those folks that have done mortgages for a very long time might be reluctant if they're not in the social media game. But what's the first thing that a client does after they speak to you? They search you online, especially younger people. They want to know where your presence is online. Now, you may be saying, well, I've searched you online and there's not a whole lot going on there. You're right. Actually, I went away from social media for the past 5 years. I also didn't write loans for the last year because I was a director of mortgage banking rather than a banker. So if you've searched me in some of the tools and seen some of that, that's the reason why I'm not there. Also, a great avenue to go with for social media and for being able to expand your presence is you need to be able to be a little vulnerable. All right. What do I mean by that? I mean sharing a little bit about yourself. Say things or post things that have to do with your life. Now, this is my second video out here where it's more of a long trend. So I'm going to take a few minutes and actually practice what I preach. So I am, a mom of 3. I have 3 adult children. They're in their 20s. One is almost 30, actually. He's 27 now. I'm married. I live in Arizona. So if you're in Arizona, I'm local to you, okay? I'm not a car ride away or more than a car ride away. I live in the house, actually, the room that I'm in right now was a bedroom for my husband. When he was younger, I live in a home that my mother and father-in-law built or had built in 1977. And then they sold that to my husband, I believe in like 97 or 98. So it is a generational home. What's cool about that is my kids will actually, one of them will be one of the folks that lives here as well. So we'll continue that tradition. I would love if you are in that same situation where you live in a generational home, definitely hit me up in the comment section. Tell me a little bit about that. Beyond that, you may be asking, well, how long have you maybe been a banker? I started at Rocket Mortgage. That's where I got my career started. I was a banker for 5 years, and then I moved into being a director in Rocket University, where I taught bankers how to bank and how to sell. I've been in that management training role prior to Rocket Mortgage at other places as well. So I have probably a total of about 5 years of sales training experience, which is really one of my passions. I love to train salespeople and talk to them about the art and the art of influence and persuasion. I think the best way to actually influence and persuade people about something is making a connection with them, getting them to trust you, and then knowing what you're talking about is pretty key as well. Being that voice of reason. So those are my sales tips for you today. Please, I'd love you to be able to subscribe, like my videos, share them around. I am getting my foot in the door, so if you're like me and haven't done the social media thing in a while and kind of new to this, I'm right there with you. Let's do it together. Other than that, have a great Wednesday.